Hey there, Nocturnes! Welcome back to English Me. Dito sa Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark. Ako nga pala ulit si Kuya N, ang inyong class president. Noong nakaraang meeting with Sir Jeremy, diniscuss natin ang tungkol sa psychological approach, where we focused on the behavior at saka yung iniisip ng characters sa ating nabasa o pinanood. Natutunan natin, kagaya ng psychology, science of mind and behavior, na sa psychological approach, mas focus tayo sa attitudes ng characters na ating pinagsusulatan, saka kung bakit ganun yung kanilang kilos dun sa kwento. Ngayon naman, may kinalaman din sa psychology yung ating approach, pero mas nagpo-focus tayo ngayon sa relationships ng mga characters at saka sa lipunang kanilang ginagalawan. So ang tawag sa approach na to ay sociological approach. Para malaman natin kung ano ang sociological approach, punta na tayo sa ating klase ngayon, Sir Jeremy. Oh English me, oh English me, gusto kong matuto ng Ingles pero hindi alam kung paano.
Good evening, class. Welcome back to another session. This time we will talk about the sociological approach. So what is this approach all about? It is all about analyzing relationships between characters and the shared problems within a certain group or society, and how those problems affect the characters, particularly their relationships. In our application, we will talk about, yes, the famous Romeo and Juliet. Probably the most famous love story of all. Let's study this material using the sociological approach, shall we? Romeo and Juliet's relationship is characterized by mutual love. You have to understand that Romeo's and Juliet's families are not in good terms in the beginning of the story. The Capulets are always in conflict with the Montague. However, these two people love each other, sincerely love each other, that they got married eventually. Now, their relationship, yes, that's why it's of mutual love. Now, their relationship has become difficult because the Capulets and Montague are fighting. If you imagine, let's say you have a friend and your friend's family is in conflict with yours, even if you do love each other, it will be hard for you to communicate. You always have to do it in secret without either of them knowing, because if that happens, they will do everything, the families will do everything to keep you away from each other. Parents see their children as reflections of themselves. Now, despite that, Romeo and Juliet surpass these challenges until the end of the story. Though it may have ended in a tragic way, their deaths made the Capulets and Montague get along. They kiss and make up at the end of the story upon finding out that Romeo and Juliet died. So how did they die? Okay, just a review. If you haven't read the story, Romeo drank poison, and then Juliet killed herself with a dagger. Now, I won't spoil the other events. If you haven't read it, go read the story. The link is down below, okay, for an online copy of Romeo and Juliet, both the Shakespearean language and the contemporary version. And the two lovers died. That's the only time the Capulets and the Montague kissed and made up. So that's the sociological approach. You evaluate the status of a relationship within the context of what's happening in society, the problems that they're encountering. So the shared problem there is maintaining peace. In that society where Romeo and Juliet are in, probably being elite is the trend, and such attitude made people fight each other to the point that they forget why they're fighting in the first place. So that's the sociological approach. We focus on the relationships and how the relationships are shaped by the society that the characters are in. Continue surviving in the dark so that we can talk about the next approach.
Oh English me, oh English me, gusto kong matuto ng Ingles pero hindi alam kung paano. Sino ang magtuturo? Gusto ko matuto na talaga. Oh, English me. Word of the night. Bureaucratize. Verb. Ang first three na makakapag-comment sa baba ng meaning at ng kanyang original sentence ay magkakaroon ng special mention sa susunod na episode. Kaya ano pa hinihintay nyo, Nocturnals? Mag-comment na kayo sa baba bago mag-Friday para masama sa editing ang inyong post. Kung nagustuhan ninyo ang episode na ito, pakilike naman dyan sa baba. Tapos, kung may mga comments kayo o suggestions, mag-comment na lang din. I-share nyo naman ang video na to o kaya yung buong playlist mas maganda sa mga kakilala ninyong nagtitake ng A-up. Alam nyo naman na sa panahon ngayon ay kanya-kanya ng diskarte sa pagkuha ng reliable reference materials. Mag-join din kayo sa ating private Facebook group, The Nocturne Space. Yung link nasa baba. Ang private group na yon ay para sa mga kagaya nating mag-isip na yung mga hindi natin ang pag-uusapan sa mga conversations natin with friends, with family, and others, mapag-uusapan natin doon sa private group na yon na walang mahuhusga. At higit sa lahat, mag-subscribe para hindi kayo mahuli sa mga new release namin every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Ang Nocturnal Sage ay nakatuon sa 4 na larangan. Una ay self-conquest. Tutulungan ka namin kung paano i-process ang mga negative emotions kagaya ng sadness, grief, anger, saka iba pa. Pero walang medical prescriptions kasi hindi naman kami licensed psychiatrists. Pangalawa ay communication. Kung naghahanap ka ng paraan kung paano mas makipag-usap sa iba na mas effective. Bukod sa pagsulat o pagbasa ng English, matutulungan ka namin dyan. Kuwari, gusto mong gumaling sa public speaking, pwede namin ikaw gawa ng playlist para sa oral communication. Pangatlo ay leadership. Kung ikaw ay bago halal na student council officer o ikaw ay bagong promote at gusto mong malaman yung basics na paghawak ng tao, para sa'yo ang channel na to. Pang-apat ay expansion. Kung naghahanap ka ng self-fulfillment na hindi mo matatamo sa pagkakaroon ng mataas na sweldo o ano pa man na mababaw, at sa expansion, natutulungan ka namin kung paano hasain yung tamang skill set para magkaroon ng gawain na talaga magbibigay sa iyo ng kasiyahan. Salamat sa panonood. Ako muli si Kuya N. Kita-kits sa susunod na episode ng English Me dito sa Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark.